Okay, my father, I fell asleep during the last upload processing, and my father was telling me some other shit. Basically, what he was telling me is what you're going to learn now because he has revamped Earth School as a school. Not the shit that y'all teach you. That it's a playground. And you can come here and just channel spirits and, write books and put up 50 memes and all that kind of shit. No. Because, see, y'all sitting there skating, utilizing spirit. And then the other people are out there doing all the heavy lifting, like going into disaster zones and helping people rebuild their houses and shit of that nature and making sure they have cars. And if nothing else, that motherfucker who killed that man at the Waffle House because he didn't pay for their lunch or whatever that was they would eat, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. But, that's not enough because, see, death is not a sentence unless you enact it. And that's kind of like a sin, too. But you know what? Hey, you ain't following commandments anyway. So you can do what the hell you want to do. Because they're already mad at Gavin Newsom for standing his ground saying, and they said, well, he was elected by the people. He's got to represent us. Well, not everybody in California supports it, that something. And he said he won't want his own damn conscience. He just put a moratorium on it. Don't mean you still cannot, enact that sentence, but it takes them a long time to kill somebody. And at the same time, they kill wrong people all the time. It happens in the streets, and you know this. But at the same time, you sitting there want blood. You say, well, it's irrefutable evidence that this person did this. Maybe. I don't know. I didn't sit on that jury. I didn't do the investigation. Sometimes you find, I can't believe how quickly they close certain cases. And certain cases go cold. And they ain't bringing psychics and shit. And motherfuckers don't get no hits from the heat. Lisa Williams said that they was going to find the Malaysian airline plane, landed, all the people survived, and they landed on the island. She had to go with her gut. She put that shit on the air. And they found that plane broken in pieces. And they're still looking for the black boxes and shit like that. And the thing is, it's been so long, boxes ain't putting out no signal no more. And the people still don't have closure. So what she do? Give them false hope. I'm tired of people. Especially people who tell me that they're so gifted. They have this gift from the divine. And she's sitting out there teaching forensic mediumship. That's what she's doing. She ain't qualified to teach. And you sit there and say, you can't tell us that, who's qualified. First and foremost, let me shut you down right now, real quick. Each and every last one of you motherfucking psychics and mystics who claim that you got this gift through Christ. I am qualified to judge you and find you unfit to teach. Just like I'm qualified to tell anybody who calls himself any kind of a minister in my church, yeah, fucked up. I did not give you all that sanctimonious shit that you go out there and preach about. You're supposed to bring people to the church, not drive them away. And there are many churches that have splintered off because of your bullshit. So don't you dare tell me I'm not qualified to teach you. And don't you dare tell me I ain't qualified to give you my opinion, which is just like your asshole. It excludes shit. Exudes it all the fucking time. Sometimes I throw up from all the bile that I take in. That is you, talking your shit to me. Never did I tell anybody they were not welcome in the house of the Lord. Not one gay person, transgender, or anything of that nature. But at the same time, you seem to have a problem with it. That's a personal problem, which means you didn't do your work, which means you were not called to that pulpit, which means you need to stand your ass down. In fact, get out of it. I did not teach you about prosperity. I said that is added to you for the works that you do, the good works. And it's only because you can do more, not for you to take advantage of. The same thing what Joel Osteen failed to do when he didn't open that fucking church of his. when they had that hurricane until he got pressure from the people. Now that is a pathetic piece of shit. And those young men listened to him. Talking about, oh, we can take it in our Joel Osteen things. I don't like the motherfucker. My brother liked him. He said, oh, I like him. I listened to him. First time I listened to him before my father woke me up. Yeah. Because see, I liked everybody. I loved everybody. I didn't care. Because I was like, la 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 la. You know, love and light. Everybody, you know, everybody's got a right to their opinion. Not anymore. When my father extrapolated me from you and reintegrated my soul, my entire perspective of this world changed. Then I had to do my own little walkabout where I lost my shit not once but twice. And the thing is, he was doing it because he wanted to see how charitable you would be to me. And the thing is, you sent me to the county not once but twice, and each time I went to the county, nobody, and I mean nobody, from Pittsburgh to anywhere else except Miss Maggie in New York and my friend here down in LA gave me any kind of assistance. Y'all blew me off. Talking about, oh, you should just, you know, talk to spirits and shit like that, like we do. Oh, you want to play that game? So I tell you what, that's what the new ground rules are. The best way for a junkie, especially a spiritual junkie, to get off of that crack is to stop talking to them. But the thing is, we know you're going to have a hard time with that because your guides and angels have always told you the truth. So this is what my father told me is getting ready to happen. He said that just a few hours ago. He's giving you new guides and angels. Now, they may give you the same name as the one that you had before. Because the thing is, demons lie. And see, there is an equilibrium now in place. And you're going to find out that these motherfuckers are straight up cray-cray, just like you. And they will tell you all kind of bullshit. And you're going to put that bullshit out there, and it's going to tank your fucking career. And then you get to go in the county and see what the benefits are like. And at the same time, sit there, go out the street like everybody else, and then petition for some shit change in the houses of Congress as well as your state legislature. I don't want to hear your shit anymore. Your asses is going to go to fucking work. Because your friends ain't going to come through for you, because your friends going to know that you whack. Because they say, you know all that woo stuff. Go out there and manifest some shit. And you can't put it in a God box, because see, God don't open boxes. And they don't have to listen to prayers. You want to know what else he told me? Oh, he told me all kinds of shit. You don't get any brownie points for all of a sudden approving of people being gay, because you should have been doing that anyway. You don't get any brownie points for giving women their rights, because you should have been doing that anyway. You don't get any brownie points for people who are transgender or transsexual or transvestites, because you should have been doing that anyway. Because as long as they're not committing a crime against another, talking about, kids and shit like that, then they haven't committed a crime. And if you're down with that, then you need to come out the closet. Because see, honesty will give you a bonus point. But at the same time, you ain't gonna get no brownie points just because you sit there and say, now you approve of the shit. Because you should have been doing that anyway. Catch my drift? This goes across the whole entire spectrum of humanity. Which means you're going to have your hands full, because you have a lot of people out there who have been brainwashed by your bullshit and colonialism and all that kind of shit, going around the globe spreading your nonsense as you made pacts with Rome and shit like that, and Spain, and the king of France, and you name it, whatever principality was out there, you was making alliances with a long time ago. And you always fight. You're always fighting. But at the same time, then the way you stave off wars is because you say, well, Bill just wasn't on minds. I don't know what you do. So I tell you what, come together on that shit and put an end to that shit and stand up for that shit. But at the same time, you don't want to talk to angels anymore. And that, unfortunately, goes against what a lot of people like Farhan and Lori Bell Lipton believe that they don't have to do. And even that woman, and I really like her because, she was telling good angels and stuff. And, like Archangel Michael and stuff. She came out of Ireland or something like that. The thing is, you know what? As nice as she was, I had to say it in my prayer. Unfortunately, you have to now talk to the wrong side and see if you can discern the difference. If you're going to call yourself continue to channel that shit. Because the thing is, you ain't supposed to be talking to them anyway. Now, people who do not, they can believe in angels. But if you ain't trying to communicate with them, that's a whole nother ball of wax. And if you are protected by them, like what happened when those poles fell, those power poles fell, and those people, they actually, survived the accident. And they said something was watching over us like that. Yeah, they still out there protecting people. But they're protecting people who ain't doing bullshit and ain't trying to utilize it for a business model. Because, see, you never should have made spirituality a business in the sense that you make money off of it, that you write books about it. And the sad thing is, many of you have written books about your life and your experiences and all that kind of shit and how to get in touch with certain things and all that shit you need to burn. You got to do what Doreen did. She took her shit down. All her shit. Now, that doesn't mean the shit is still out there, which means she's going to be a China at home for a long time because that shit's still out there and people still believe in it until it's, made defunct. But at the same time, then they're going to be trying to sue her to get their money back. That ain't funny. Because that bitch ain't through paying yet. She's going to be paying for a long time. What else, Father? Amen. Remind me about what other, wait a minute, you told me about, I remember those distinctly. Okay. Oh. You don't get to know his plan. He don't want you in his business anymore. He don't want you handing out certificates anymore, online or anywhere else, saying that you speak for him. You do not speak for him. He don't like it. I'm his son. I can speak for him. You can't speak for me. You can't even speak for each other. You have one vote, one voice, which means you only speak for yourself, but you no longer speak for him. As far as your churches go, you can go in there and praise him all you want. But at the same time, if you go in there and say that God said this, and God said that, and God this, and God that, oh, he gonna tear your ministry up. If they don't, if somebody, some idiot don't set fire to it, like they've been doing in the South, and I don't know who them idiots is, but they doing it. He'll have lightning strike your shit. Or take a storm to it. And you just gonna sit there and cry. Or you'll have some shooter come in there, some insane man, who will shoot the place up. And then you're going to say you're going to heal and come back from that. Oh, no, 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 no. See, faith has nothing to do with the fact that you sit there and preach from that pulpit that God said. No. God didn't say anything. Because first of all, I'm not God. I'm his son. I was a messenger. Which means you were supposed to teach the teachings. If you don't say anything that God said, you better sit there and say, okay, brothers and sisters, so-and-so is in need, not of prayer, of aid. So when we pass this offering plate, it's not for the pastor, because the pastor going to get a job, like in the days of old. And then we're going to take whatever we can collect over to sister so-and-so and help them out. They got medical expenses and all that kind of shit. See, these GoFundMe accounts is a joke. And that corporation is a joke. Oh, I watched the shit. I think I posted it online. what that man was talking about to the NBC anchor. I like her. She had a little pixie haircut. Found out she was gay just recently, and stuff. She was funny. But I always did like her as a person anyway. She just had that kind of spirit on her. But you gonna put the people like that out of business, because as long as you give your money to funds like that, you always gonna give it to the wrong person, and they get a percentage of that, and they are the wrong person because they're part of the equation. They're also part of the problem. Now, if you're worried about where your money goes, then you make sure your money goes to the person that needs it, and then you make sure, if you want a tax write-off, that you get your Congress to reinstate that taxable deduction. Because as it is, they ain't supposed to be taxing the church anyway. Is that what you wanted? Okay. Is that pretty much it? Anything else? No, that's enough for now. No, wait, that. He's funny. I told you. He gets mad at me because he knows I'm just so angry all the time. He said, I know why you're angry. Because as far as you're concerned, you say, well, I know. But see, the thing is, I was talking to him about time and shit. And he said, because I know you can tell time. He said, that's not the problem. The problem is not that it's about me not telling you the time. If I tell you the time, then you also know the timeline. And I don't want you involved in that shit, because they're going to try and grill it and get it out of you. You won't ever get that shit out of me. I just know shit's coming. And normally I know it's coming in the moment that it's getting ready to happen. I feel it. And I said, well, I feel sadness. Live in the world. And then something will jump off. And it's real fucked up. Now, y'all have another set of storms coming through in the Midwest going east and all that kind of shit. We just had a wind change here. I mean, those winds were blowing so bad, I had to close the window because the curtains was just flying. And it was dust and allergens and all that kind of shit in the air. And people were talking about that. But the thing is, they predicted it. Meteorologists will always try to predict something. That little show that I told you I like, God Friended Me, I like that show. But I was looking at it, and then because they sat there and they said that this guy had done, he was behind the God account. Cause the whole premise behind the show is they're trying to figure out who is behind the God account. But they don't know who it is. But this guy who they said, there was like these three people, these three scientists, master programmers, were trying to, basically, well, one of them was trying to launch this program based upon this other guy's work. And the woman sided with the other guy when she was in love with the other guy. There's always a woman in the middle. Damn, some bullshit. But anyway, this shit was funny. But anyway, they found out, they got the clue that, it wasn't really this guy who was behind the account. They just thought he stole the work. No. And the thing is, they were trying to, the woman wanted to destroy the man's work. And she said, this is my way to get back in good with the other man. It was the story was just out there. It was just whack. It was a feel-good moment. Everybody got back together, whatever. But at the end, what ended up happening was the man's word did get destroyed. Because he said, I can only trust you once. And the guy was like, what we're going to do is we're going to steal the account and we're going to be able to, go back to what we were doing. That shit was funny. So he planted the seed. The man thanked him for the heads up. He was trying to transfer the data from his mainframe out here in California to where he was in New York. And the other guy had hacked into his system and was trying to download the program. And they couldn't access the program. He couldn't access the program. And girlfriend uploaded a virus and wiped out all the shit. And the shit was funny. And then they said, oh, fuck, I think we fucked up. Oh, yeah, you fucked up. But then the guy, because he was looking for, this other guy he knew that could do it, but the guy, he didn't do it. And he said, you blocked me out, so we could not stop her. Because, you told me she was in town, and I knew what she would do. So now there is no more program. And the guy said, and they said, but we were trying not to we weren't trying to like destroy. We were trying to just basically, steal it. The guy goes, he said, yeah, aren't you behind the God account? Why do you keep calling this? What is this fucking God account you keep calling that I'm not supposed to be behind? They said, well, if you weren't doing that, what were you doing? He said, I wrote this program that was supposed to predict about global warming and earthquakes and floods and tsunamis and shit like that, that hopefully would have saved a lot of lives. That's what I was trying to do. Because, he worked with predictive analytics. See, man is always trying to predict some shit. Because he was talking about, they were referencing Nostradamus and, everybody, anybody who was a psychic and stuff. And that's what he had in his little spiel. See, some business is God's business, and you need to stay your ass out of it. Now, for my purposes, I really don't want to know half the shit that I know. I don't want to see half the things I see. But the thing is, I am his son. And I really don't want him hurt. I will do anything for him. Which means, don't think for a second that if you think, now you can use me as leverage against him, it's not going to work. Because, see, I'm ready to go back to him. He told me, he said, you ain't coming back. Not like that. They already know. Don't be stupid. He got his thing. Oh, he playing that song again. I got my finger on the trigger. Love is in control. Which means, if you come at me, he will destroy you. And I mean that. If you don't like what I have to say, too fucking bad. And the thing is, if you don't want to do what I'm suggesting that you do, too fucking bad. That means no more talking to animals. Animals ain't got shit to say to you. No, not y'all. I don't need. Like, they did the elephant killed the poacher, and then the lions ate the elephant and stuff, and then some animal tamer, the lion got him and was with the child in his arm and stuff. Oh, they're ready. I told you. I told them. I said, tell the animals to get at them. Because y'all stupid. Because you hunt them into extinction. You think it's fun. You think it's sport. It's not sport. You leave these animals alone. These people that are trying to shut down this Santa Anita Park, you're doing the right thing. Because some horses are not for you to bet on, for sport, or anything else. And don't you dare tell me that they enjoy that shit. Oh, they enjoy running. They enjoy running free. Not for you to bet on. That's like, you might as well say that the cocks like fighting in a cockfight or dog fight or whatever. You have preconditioned these animals to do shit that is unnatural. I mean, they will fight when they have to in the wild, but they don't do it just because you train them to do that shit. So that means you're going to have to retire your police dogs, your bomb sniffing dogs, all that shit, your service animals. You're going to have a lot of shit you're going to do. Because the thing is, since you want to go back to the days of old, none of that shit happened. We can roll back some shit. But some shit you got to do on your own because it's work that you have committed yourself to that now you got to get out of your head. That is work that they must do to assist you because you're assholes. So Danielle McKinnon, no, stop telling them how Fifi feels because Fifi gonna start giving you some lies. I guarantee you. Why? Because they tired. Well, coming back up the street. This wasn't a dog, it was a cat. The cat was looking at me. I said, what you looking at, cat? And had his, I mean, it was like, it was sitting back. It didn't have his back arch or anything like that. It wasn't like in a threatening pose. It was just like, it was like, oh, you going to do some shit. Because I know what animals talk about. I know they were in my dream the other night, too. Crow was there. little dog was there. They were tripping. They were singing this song. The spirit people were singing this song. And God was like, it was a song I had never heard, but the tune was catchy. It was a catchy refrain. I ain't gonna give it to y'all because see, y'all sit there, y'all take some shit and try and run with it. But whatever it was, trust me, they were singing this song, and I was singing them right along with them. And the little dog and the crow, they were sitting there. They were like chiming in too, and they were like, And I said, "Why you? What you doing?" They wasn't really pecking at me. They wasn't even biting me or anything like that. But they were taking my hand. They were like trying to move my hand in that direction. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was like, "Get off of me! I'm doing what I'm doing." And you sitting here like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," because I told you they got tired of y'all. You don't know what energy is because you claim you work with it all the time, but you work with for a business, a living, and a profit. And they don't like it. You have made them beasts of burden that they're not supposed to be. Sometimes a dog just wants to be a dog and a cat just wants to be a cat. And a bird wants to be a bird. And shit, and they'll poop inside your head. They go poop upside 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 your head. Yeah. Now, there's a rooster in the neighborhood. He crows all day long. I said, well, I mean, that's a myth that they crow just, during the day. But I already knew that because, my mom took up the street from a woman. She had a chicken coop, and she had a rooster, and she had hens. And that rooster would crow. And stuff. I said, dude, you ain't say shit yet. Did you still have to crow? Well, he crows all day long. He's funny. He ain't growing now because it's dark. And when I was at my sister-in-law's house, she had 2 lovebirds. And they always went off when I came in that room. And I asked my niece, I said, actually it was three of them, because one of them was a baby, the only baby that survived, the other one didn't survive. And I said, do they always go off like that? And my niece was like, only when you come around. And the short time I spent in that house, because I was sleeping on that couch, opposite the cage, they will quiet down at a certain hour. But when the sun come up, they would chirp. I looked at them. I said, what's up? And they turned their head and they looked toward the rising sun. Now, I tried to talk to Stephen Farmer about that shit. I told him about all the shit I was dreaming, the animals thing. He said, you got too much going on. He said, they really trying to talk to you. Animals talk to me all the time. I guess that's why Deanna Laura, Deanna Darrell, she said, well, you shamanistic. Yeah, but I mean, I can talk to him, but I don't really do all that shit. I said, but I mean, even, like I said, that medicine man, Yaquala, he was like, I see how you hold the medicine staff, how Sky Father and Earth Mother interacts with you. And of course, all his spirits that was in his house, I mean, they were animals. They kept scaring him. I mean, because I feel energy all the time. They were running around me and stuff. I said, what are y'all doing? I told you. In that angel camp, this woman was giving me a reading. She said, it's like you Noah was on Noah's Ark with all these damn animals. I said, first off, I ain't Noah. But I knew the animals was there because before she started speaking, I felt them come in. I said, oh, God, here we go with the animals again. I told you, see, y'all don't know me. You don't know my gifts. You don't know my abilities. You don't know who I am. You just know that you unfriended me. And that's fine. You call yourself divorcing yourself from certain things. That's fine, too. But the thing is, you're still in it. In many ways that you don't want to be in it. And see, this sad thing about Dr. Pfister. He got a nice gig. Travels the globe. He works for these, what is it? That's some make-believe shit that he works for, but they do it anyway. Mimicking shit it's the same as starting some shit off because people get crazy. Like that fan who jumped in there and beat that man as he was getting his Hall of Fame award. And they had to come in with security and they had to go to a blackout and drag him out. Because see, some people cannot divorce fantasy from reality. So now, if that was one of Donald's events, okay, whatever. No big deal. It's one of his events. He got a little more airplay off of that. I'm not going to do that shit. Stone was into that shit. Stone told me, I mean, I said, grown ass man. I said, oh man, oh, that's when you want to touch a man. When you call yourself fighting with him. I guess that's why you call yourself beating on my nephew like you were doing. In my presence, and you wanted to see what I would do. I don't do shit. I'm going to let this shit play out. And I'm going to let my brother find out that you have abused his grandson, who he is very fond of, and you think you got a relation with him, and he gonna go off, and then maybe he might actually do some bodily harm to you, and then maybe he might go to jail, and oh well, I don't care. I don't know. I'm just telling you what might happen. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but my brother's stupid. I know that his son is in trouble. His oldest one. Again. Well, I saw that years ago. I don't know if it's weighed out yet. I really don't care. He's still got an element around him that he don't need to be with. And, well, his other son that I did like, he don't get to contact me anymore either because he didn't like the fact that I was talking about his family. My family. Oh, if anybody can talk about family, it's family. And if you don't like what they have to say, then you address it with them. But what you don't do is do what he did and say, well, we're going to stand strong against you because we're covered by the blood. One love? No, not one love. It's one love divided, but it's not one love. So I'm going to tell you something. You think about those things that my father had me to point out to you. And at the same time, understand this. Stop trying to do predictive analytics in the sense that you can see some shit because you can't. Because he's going to trip you up every time and you're going to look like a fool because he's got to shut you down. And then he even showed me some lottery numbers one time and I was like, why are you showing me these lottery numbers? He said, if you go looking for these numbers, which they probably do, he said, I will end everything once they pay out. I said, I don't even remember what the numbers are. Yeah, no, you don't care. Because he said, I know the numbers. You're not supposed to play numbers that basically come to you in a dream anymore. Y'all are going to start playing either the numbers that have sentimental value to you or you're going to be doing those quick picks. But what you're not going to be doing, talking about, I talked about these numbers. That's over it. But see, he don't give you no more. See, you could think all these fucking psychics and all that kind of shit. And the news that plays off that shit. Because he tired of these people. Them too. I mean, he told me, he had showed me a long time ago that the news and the weather was going to be a part of this whole story. I mean, he showed it to me like, it was like real. I was like, I didn't know I was asleep at the moment because I'm looking at real newscasts on TV. And then I woke up and I was like, did I just dream about the news, people? Seriously, I'm changing everything. Because it's a dream. You just have to live it. I told you, you ain't gonna like the role you play. But that's not my problem. It's yours. Because you brought it on yourself. You're not going to sit there and you're not going to blame me and you're not going to blame him. You're going to blame yourself. You're going to take responsibility and accountability for what you have done. If you cannot do that, then you definitely are not going to get a chill out of free card. What you're going to get is further in the hole. So get to work now. Fuck you. Have a nice night.